Installation of Hadoop. We are going to cover two topics in this presentation, and then we're going to start installation. Operational modes and installation options. Hadoop operational modes. There are three different ways that you can run Hadoop, and the first one is local or standalone operation, and the second option is pseudo distributed operation, and this is what we are going to use in this code camp, and this is typically used for test and development. And third is fully distributed operation, and that's used in production environment. So the local and standalone operation, all Hadoop daemons, the nodes, like a name node, data node, job tracker node, task tracker nodes, they're all running in a single JVM. And it's using local file system for storage. Okay, so this is pretty limited. The next option is pseudo distributed operation. Again, this is used in test and development. In this case, each Hadoop daemon, by the way, when I say Hadoop daemon, I'm talking about a node. Okay, so we're going to actually talk about the concept of name node, data tracker node, the job tracker node, task tracker node. There are a bunch of other nodes out there, and we're going to actually talk about those things in detail on the rest of this code camp. Okay, so each of these Hadoop daemon runs in a separate JVM. So each of those are running as a separate Java process, but they are all running in physically a single machine. Okay, so in this code camp, because we are using typically a desktop or laptop, this is the mode, operational mode we are going to use. But as far as the programming is concerned, any program you write in this, any program you write should be able to run exactly the same on pseudo distributed operational mode or fully distributed operational mode. So the difference is actually underlying infrastructure, but as far as we developers are concerned, whatever code you write should actually run in either in all of these three different operational modes without a change. The third option is fully distributed operational mode. In this case, typically you are going to have each Hadoop daemon runs on a different machine. And as we are going to talk about, the power of Hadoop is basically it allows parallel processing, and it provides scalability and automatic replication management and fault tolerance and data consistency and workflow management. These are all benefits of using Hadoop as a data analysis tool. And again, we're going to talk about each of these features in detail later on. This is only realized in this fully distributed mode. Okay, so those are Hadoop operational modes. Now let's talk about the installation options. So there are several ways you can experience Hadoop, and the first and easiest way of experiencing Hadoop is using virtual machine image, and that's what we are going to use in this code camp. Okay, so in this case, all Hadoop technologies are pre-installed and pre-configured as a VM, virtual machine, for out-of-the-box Hadoop experience. So as we are going to do in our hands-on lab, basically you are going to install VirtualBox, which is one of the popular virtual machine technology out there from Oracle, and then you are going to download Cloudera Quickstart VM, which contains all the Hadoop technologies pre-installed and pre-configured. And all you have to do is just start the virtual VM, a Quickstart VM, and you are all set to go. Okay. So typically, VM image contains a single node cluster configuration. Okay. So this is again now fully distributed mode. So this is typically for testing and development. So as I said, this is providing pseudo distributed operational mode. So each daemon runs on its own the Java VM. And but everything is running on the logically single machine. There are two popular VM image out there. One is from Cloudera, Cloudera Quickstart VM. So that's what we are going to use. Another company that provides this VM image is Hortonworks. Okay, so they call it Hortonworks Sandbox. So again, this is the easiest way to get started with Hadoop. Okay, so we're not going, the focus of this code camp is programming from a developer standpoint. So we are not going to actually spend that much time on infrastructure administration. So that's the reason we are using VM image. Another option is downloading Hadoop package. Again, Cloudera and Hortonworks provide this Hadoop package. It is a single package that contains most Hadoop technologies. Okay, so basically you are going to install this package and then you are all set to go. The last option is manual installation. You can actually go to Apache website and you can download each of these technologies one by one, and then you have to go through manual installation and configuration for each of those technologies. Again, this is the most, I would say, cumbersome way of actually experiencing Hadoop. Okay. Right, moving forward. Hadoop distributions. Again, you can go to Apache Hadoop website, and here you can see you'll be able to download all the Hadoop technologies one by one. And again, there are multiple companies that provide Hadoop packages: Cloudera, Hortonworks, and MapAll. And the Cloudera is actually the most popular distribution out there. And it integrated with many popular Hadoop ecosystem technologies. So in this code camp, we are going to actually learn these popular Hadoop ecosystem technologies as well. And again, Hortonworks and MapAll, those are two other companies that provide Hadoop distributions. Cloudera Quick-Start-VM. So there are two different versions. CDH5.3.x, that is the most up-to-date package. And then the other package is CDH4.7.x. You can actually download each of these. We are going to actually use 4.7.x mainly because it requires less memory space. And there is what is called the Cloudera Manager. Cloudera Manager is basically a console in which you can actually manage all the Hadoop technologies. In CDH5.x, 5.3.x, Cloudera Manager has to be manually started, and it requires more memory to run the Cloudera Manager. One advantage of using 5.3.x is it actually supports Hadoop Spark as a new addition as an ecosystem technology. Okay, so we're not going to actually cover Hadoop Spark in this code camp. So as I said, in 4.7.x, Cloudera Manager gets started automatically. And again, we are going to use CDH 4.7.x for our code camp. Okay. As far as your learning experience, there is not going to be any difference. Actually, I would say, virtually no difference between, these two. Okay. And mainly because the Cloudera Manager gets started automatically and it requires a less memory space, we are going to use CDH 4.7.x. Okay. All right, so we are going to do exercise 1.2.3. Okay. All right, so let me go through the lab documentation. So I have already studied. Okay. I have already started, so let me actually, so I'm going to actually show you the lab documentation, and I'm already running in the virtual VM, so let me just open the lab documentation. By the way, yeah, so let me actually get the lab documentation, then I'm going to actually show you how to download, how to download the lab zip file and all that stuff, okay, as part of the lab documentation here, okay. So if you have not studied anything, don't worry about it. Okay. All right. So first thing you want to do is download the VirtualBox from your host operating system. So you are going to download these things from your Windows or Mac OS or even in Linux. Okay. So you are going to click this link, and then you are going to see your VirtualBox binaries, and you choose whatever VirtualBox for your host system. So if you're running Windows, you're going to select this guy. If you're running Mac OS, you select this guy. For Linux, you select this guy. So you're going to download it, okay? And then you're going to install it. So, in my case, I have already installed this. So this is basically what you're going to do. You click this guy, and then next, okay? So I'm actually running Windows. So I'm installing VirtualBox on my Windows platform. So everything is installed. So it's actually pretty quick installation. Okay. And yeah, so if you see this dialog box, you can just install it. So it's pretty quick. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes to install VirtualBox. Okay. Now the exercise 2, here you are going to download the quick.vm. So this is actually pretty big file. So this is about 2 or 3 gig, gigabytes file. So this is the reason I'm actually starting this installation part first, so that you can start downloading the file if you have not done so yet. Okay. So you go to this website, you click this guy, and you are going to download. Okay. So you are going to see this. So I'm going to actually go to the Windows in this case. Okay. So I'm not going to download it myself because I have already done it. Okay. So here I'm going to download the Cloudera Virtual VM. So if you click the Virtual VM, yes, you click this guy, and you are going to see. Yeah, it looks like my network is a bit slow. So you are going to see quick.vm. So click quick.vm download. Okay. And here, this is the one that I want you to choose. So you have two options, either cdh5.3.x or 4.7.x. I want you to choose 4.7.x. Okay. And then you want to download quick.vm for your VirtualBox. So since we're using VirtualBox, you want to select download VirtualBox. Okay. And then you are going to get this file to be downloaded, and you are going to save it. Okay. And it is actually 7Z file. Okay. So, if you are using Windows, you might want to actually download the 7.e. You probably have to actually you have to actually search for 7. Yeah, I should actually provide the link of this 7z.exe file for the Windows platform. So in my case, I have downloaded 7. You can actually, the search for 7z. You can just Google 7z, and then you are going to unzip it, and you are going to actually have the one directory and these two files to be extracted. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, once you have those files, and then you are going to go to your VirtualBox, and then you are going to import appliance. Okay. And then you are going to select this Cloudera 47.0 VirtualBox and open it. And then, if you do not have enough memory space, you want to actually reduce the RAM to 3 gig rather than 4 gig. As a default, it's actually using 4 gig. Okay. And once you have done it, and then you can actually start it. Okay. So once you started it, basically this is what you're going to see. So that's what I'm seeing in my website here. Okay. So basically yeah, actually I actually removed the browser. Here you go. Yeah. So you can actually click the browser, and this is what you're going to see. Okay. All right. And you can, it might actually ask you to log in. So the information assurance policy, then click I agree. And then it's going to run the cloud manager. It's going to display Cloudera Manager. And first you have to log in. You have to actually enter Cloudera and Cloudera. Those are the username and password to the login screen. So this picture is incorrect. Okay. This is actually the old version of Cloudera. So it used to be admin, now is Cloudera. Okay. And then, if you click the Cloudera Manager, you can see all the ecosystem technologies being displayed. Okay. So, let me just to show you. So I'm going to actually click the Cloudera Manager and click and then Cloudera and Cloudera. Oops. And log in, and you can see all the Hadoop technologies daemons are actually being displayed, their status. Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is we are going to run Hadoop command in a terminal window. So you can actually run Hadoop in a terminal window as well. So basically what you want to do is open the terminal. So I'm going to just open the terminal here. So right click any place in your window, and then you can just run Hadoop command. So I'm going to just so Hadoop version. Oops, I think it's version. Yeah, I can just say Hadoop. Okay, here you go. So you can say Hadoop version like this, and it shows the Hadoop version. Okay, so I'm gonna actually use the lab documentation here. So new tab and open installation here, and I'm gonna actually go to here we did this, and run Hadoop command in terminal window. So I just did the Hadoop version here. Okay, and we can display the Hadoop daemons. Okay, now if you do JPS, it's not going to actually display anything. Okay, the reason is because you have to be a super user to see these daemons. So you say super user SU, password is null, and oh, looks like it's a Cloudera as well. Okay, SU Cloudera. Okay. So now I'm, who am I? I'm actually a super user. So now if I say JPS, you can see, we can see with name node, data node, and task tracker, and these are all Hadoop daemons. Okay, so you should be able to see that. For those of you who are not really familiar with the Linux, we are going to use some Linux commands in the terminal window, like a cd. Okay, so this is common for all operating system. Go to directory. pwd is displaying a current directory. Okay, so if you say pwd like this, yeah, I'm gonna just exit out. So who am I? I'm actually now. Oh, who am I? I'm actually Cloudera. So I'm actually, in home Cloudera. So I'm actually user of home, the user of Cloudera. Okay. ls is actually like a dir in Windows. It display all the files. Okay. So if you say ls, it display the files in the directory. Move is for moving a file. cp is for copying a file. cat is displaying the contents of the file. Okay. So on Windows it's like a type. Okay. When you need to edit a file, you can use a gedit. Okay, so if I want to, by the way, .bash, this is basically login shell script. So I provide a sample, the batch.rc. So you can just copy these contents. Okay, so you say gedit. By the way, this tilde is current user's home directory. So .bash rc. Okay, and you can just already copy this guy. Okay, so you can have alias. So when you just type rm, it will perform rm minus I. cp is basically, yeah. So this is alias. Okay, and so I have already done that. Okay. Now, in order to do hands-on lab of this code camp, you are going to, you might want to create the Hadoop labs directory. Okay, so let me just close this guy. I have already created the Hadoop labs directory. So if I go to, I'm going to go to home directory. So pwd. So here I have created Hadoop labs. Okay. And this is where you want to download the hands-on lab. Okay. So you go to jpassion.com and go to Hadoop Programming, and then you are going to, in this case, you want to download this Hadoop installation. Click this lab, and you want to download it into. So I'm going to just try to download it. I'm going to just open another tab, and I'm going to go jpassion.com. and I think I'm already logged in. So you go to Hadoop Programming here, and then you want to download. Since we are doing a lab of Hadoop installation, you are going to click this lab, and you want to actually save it into this Hadoop labs. So go to the Cloudra, and Cloudra. Oops. Oh, I think I should actually select file system. I should actually select file system here. Oh, I'm sorry. I should actually select this guy, browse for other folders. Okay, sorry about that. So you browse other folders, and then you go to Home Cloudra and select Hadoop Labs. Okay, and this is where you want to save it. All right. Okay, so since I have already done it, okay, I'm not going to actually save it. And then once you have the zip file, basically all you have to do is, you are going to unzip it. So this is a zip file. So right click it to capture this one. Okay, and then by the way, in the Linux, in order to capture whatever on the screen, you say Control Shift C. Okay, so I can say jar xcbf and Control Shift V. That's actually for the pasting it. Okay, and then you can just unzip it, and then you can actually open the index file. So basically, what I've done is I go to Control O, and you go to Hadoop Labs, and there is index HTML file on the Hadoop installation, and you just open it, and that's the lab documentation. Okay, so that's the lab documentation. You can open within the VirtualBox, but the step exercise and 1 and 2, basically those are the steps that you have to do in your host operating system, and the exercise 3 and 4 and 5, those are the things that you have to do within VirtualBox. Okay. All right, so let me just make sure I